Oh my God, it's day 29. This is what I've come out to. Snow everywhere. I tell you what, life is testing, isn't it? It was designed to test us. I'm just thinking, what state is the park going to be in? Oh my gosh, give me strength. Right, off I go. Yeah, day 29, and this is just typical, isn't it? Just as you're about to reach the end, you're faced with another massive challenge. The snow is treacherous. It's taken me ages to get here. I assume the stairs are going to be too slippery to climb. I'm going to check some of the paths if they've gritted any of the paths, and I'll stick on the paths. But if they haven't, obviously I can't put myself in any danger. The big question is, on the surface this is not possible today without causing myself potential harm, like slipping and really hurting myself. But now I'm going to reverse it, haven't I, and ask myself the question, well, how can I make it happen? So stick with me. Haven't quite figured out that yet, but there you go. That's life, isn't it? It does this, isn't it? And just before you're about to get there, there's this kind of setback. But it's not over yet. All right, let's see what I can do. Actually, guys, I'm going to stick with it here. I'm not going to go to the gym. Like, the path is not icy. It's not, I was thinking it was going to be icy, I can slip. Well, I just saw some people walking. They said it's fine for walking. If it's fine for walking, then it's fine for light jogging, at least. And when it's the dangerous parts, I can just switch that to a brisk jog. There we go. We are back on track. Day 29. It is -4, so I'm going to just put my other glove back on. It is freezing. But I'm warm in body, you know, the ears are covered up. It's just when you take the glove off, you do instantly feel the cold. So it's -4. There was still, a couple of people in the park. You can't see any pathway, so I'm just like running all over the gaff. Whereas before I followed a path and I just realised I think I'm running on grass here. But it doesn't feel dangerous at all. It's soft on the ground. There's people here. The good thing about this time of the morning when you do nutty things like that is, look, I think I've run into a bush. I think I've come off. No, I'm alright. The good thing is when you do nutty stuff like this, you meet other nutters. Everyone's so friendly. Everyone's like, morning, morning. What you really want to say is, morning, fellow nutter. You out in this and all? Morning. That's what you really want to do. But it's lovely, guys, honestly. I know it sounds crazy, but it's just beautiful, honestly. See you at the stairs. Come to the end of day 29. Just gave myself a little challenge there of right from the bottom there, I hear non-stop kind of thing. And it really is quite beautiful, and it feels meditative, if I pronounce that right. But what's for me, one of the great things about mastering Rumpelstiltskin, because Rumpelstiltskin is effectively your fears, yeah? I just call him Rumpelstiltskin because I want to make sure it's a separate entity to me. But when you master him, you learn to, like I said, to start rephrasing your questions, like, instead of saying I can't do it, it's to say, well, how can I make it happen? And there's those people saying, I'd love to join you, Ingrid, but, I know those buts. I've had them. I had the but for this. This is the biggest challenge I've ever done, because it's the biggest one that, it's the only one that I hadn't quite mastered. Rumpelstiltskin was still able to control me. I just didn't like that. So, but it's for those who keep, who do say, Ingrid, I'd like to do it, but, and I know those buts, they're huge, legitimate buts, but it's changed it around to how can I make it happen. And even with my knee, I think of like Paralympians and stuff like that. When you watch that, these guys have lost their arms and legs, their confidence often blown away, but they've come back from that, haven't they? And just through the taking the stairs approach, and now just doing remarkable things. So how can I let my knee stop me when I see people who've had their arms and legs blown away and still just making the impossible happen? You know, so just think of those guys to inspire you. You know, they do it. How do they do it? And it simply is one step at a time. We're going to take the stairs, my lovely. One more day to go. Whoa! Go scream. See you tomorrow.